Hey, what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse deck and gameplay video. In today's video, I wanted to feature a Swordcraft deck, because Swordcraft is in a pretty decent spot right now. Usually you expect to see two types of swords, kind of like a mid-range sword that uses like the samurai, and that lion, and ambush sword. So ambush sword is still a really good deck in my opinion. It can really beat certain decks in the meta right now. Some decks just can't deal with the Leod. Rune, for example, they have to just kind of like storm you down, burn you down quick enough, otherwise they're a bit too slow against the Leod. But yeah, with the new expansion Ultimate Colosseum, there's been some support for the deck. New card we have is Elegance in Action. Draw a card, summon a Heavy Knight for each follower drawn, but it does 3 damage to a random follower for non-followers, and then enhance 5 you could draw 3. So this card gives you more draw power into the deck, but also it helps you, just gives you removal tools. And my dog is going crazy, I apologize for that. He's just, yeah. So yeah, Elegance in Action, new good support card. Another card we got is Breakneck Draw, just 4 damage to an enemy follower, draw 2 cards. This kind of replaces the other spell, I forgot the name on the top of my head, does 4 damage, summon a follower, 2 costs or less from your deck into play. We can't really play, Intervention, Intervention. We can't really play that because we are opting to run the Quick Bladers. Quick Bladers are just useful for extra ping, extra face damage, helps trade, and it kind of helps make Everlasting Castle a little less clunky at times, because Everlasting Castle is really good in this deck for consistency. And flexibility and gain your followers out, but sometimes it could be a bit clunky, so that's why I like to run the Quick Bladers. Running only 1 Albert, this gives you just an extra burst potential. Only running 1 though, because we don't want it to like mess up our King's Welcomes a lot of times. And then we're also running Dion. This Dion is good because it's just like deal 3 damage, either 2 or 7. The Accelerate 7 is actually pretty good right now for Gensetsu on clearing their 3 health foxes that have ward. But other than that, we just got we got Clash of Heroes from Ultimate Colosseum, which is also just really cheap removal. Your Leon is going to be buffed up, so it can help clear some big followers, so that's also good support. Grand Acquisition, this card, I tried using Enhance a few times, but usually it's just better to play for 1 and just get the Gilded Necklace into your hand. And yeah, so pretty similar to what we've seen in Ambush Sword in the past, just with some extra support, and it's finding a good spot right now in the meta. So if you're looking for a sword deck, this deck, ever since it got discovered, it's been like a pretty hard deck to navigate. But if you're looking for a deck that takes a lot of brain power, but you can get rewarded with good plays, and has pretty good matchups in the meta against Rune and Shadow, then give this deck a try. So yeah, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below if you prefer Ambush Sword or more of that mid-range sword deck. And yeah, that's it for this video. Enjoy the game. See you guys next time. Alright, Forestcraft. I say we're decent against Forestcraft, unless they have like a really strong Guardian start. It could also be like Amata's Forest, which is more aggressive. It could be a hard matchup actually for us if they get a lot of chip damage early. Against Forest though, if they just have smaller followers and we can board lock them, we might be fine. I'll start off with this Quick Blader on turn 1. It's going to get me like 2 or 3 damage, which could be pretty relevant. Crossbow Sniper. Okay, so it's a Guardian deck. 2 damage in with the Quick Blader. I'm pretty happy about that. He gets to trade here and just play the Guardian, which is pretty good for him. Elegance in Action, using it on the Enhanced 5 might be strong. So on turn 3 they have a 3-2 rush, so let's just hold out on this turn. don't really want to just attack with my Leod here. On 5, I could also consider using the Albert. Next turn is probably just going to be using the Breakneck draw. Turn 5 could be Elegance in action, but it might not be if I want to push some damage and re-stealth and re-ambush. Could also just use Elegance in action for 2 play points, but then the Elegance in action here might actually clear out a lot of stuff he plays. Everlasting Castle, so I could use the Elegance in action into the castle to pull out another Leod. Don't know if that's good. I'm going to use the Breakneck draw here. Yeah, so next turn we could just go Forge Weaponry, evolve the Leod, hit face, and re-ambush it. I think that's a bit better than the Elegance in action, because that way we get pushed, what, 5 damage. We get to do it twice, so that's 10 damage plus the 1 that I could use face with the Veiled Reckoning, so 11. So he'd be down to 7. And then on turn 6, we could evolve the second Leod and go Albert, and that should be exactly lethal. So I just have to consider if we are ever dying here. He's got 6, 8. He can evolve to push 10 damage. So he'd be 3 off. Right now he's played 2 Guardians, so he can't. How many Guardians does he have in his hand? I might be, the only thing that I die to is a second mate. We risk it here, because this sets up the 2 damage. I think it's very unlikely that I'm going to die. Well, there's like a good chance that I die, but I don't think he has it. I'm going to set up the 2-turn lethal here. I don't have like good ways to clear, so if I use this turn to mediocrely clear, then I might not get the damage. I might not have enough time to get the damage in and kill him, and I might just die to him. So the only way that this deck could get 3 damage right now is just a Matriarch, I believe. And because he's only played 2 Guardians, he can't attack with this. Well, he can attack with this, but I guess what he could do is evolve the Matriarch. But if he's starting off with, he doesn't have it then if he's going to start off with this. Because what he could have done is evolve the Matriarch, play the Guardian for 1 cost, and then play the second Matriarch, which then would meet the condition for Storm, and then I die. Oh, okay, this may if it hits the 50-50 here. Ah! Are you kidding? That 50-50 ruined me. Okay, wait, no, this dual blade gives me lethal now, right? Because that's 10, and then I could use the castle get quick blade to evolve, so I get 13 here. Wow. He got lucky, and then I got lucky. Rune doesn't have ways to deal with the ambush, but if they have like some kind of insane opener, then it's going to be a bit hard. We'll just keep the Leon into Forge. Like if they get a lot of spell boosts going, and then they could play Kuan early, it might be it'll be difficult. Because the thing with Kuan is that they get a 4 or 5 ward. They reach your 2 cards. The question is if I want to attack with this, because he actually can't deal with this right now. So it could get in 6 damage. which is actually could be good. We have the second Leod and an Everlasting Castle, so I think we will actually push the 3 damage this turn. Because next turn we could just drop the other Leod to set up. So this could get in 6 damage. I don't think there's a way for Rune to deal with this. Especially because he hasn't played, like... It's only if he was running Wind Blast, but I have never seen a version of Spell Boost Rune with Wind Blast. I could use the Dion here. Dion would... The only reason I'd be using Dion is for the Chaos Wielder, so it denies Spell Boost, because I think he would evolve this Chaos Wielder. We have to be playing another Leod because I'm assuming that this one dies, so we have to set up the second one. Okay, so if we're playing Theo next turn, so assuming this attacks twice, that's 6 damage. I need 8 more. We could Everlasting Castle for Albert plus Quick Blader, that's 6 damage. The Grand Acquisition lets me push another 2 damage in total. So that's 8 damage. He goes down to 6, which would get me enough for lethal next turn. We could use the Veiled on one of his followers, but it doesn't do anything. Should just go face. I don't want to play the King's Welcome right now in case I draw the Albert. But if we draw the Albert, it doesn't matter, right? I might as well use the King's Welcome next turn. Because if I want to pull Albert, I just play Quick Blader Everlasting Castle, so we could play it now. If we draw an Albert, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing as playing Albert Quick Blader. This also gives me the flexibility to use Quick Blader on something, but other than face. Because Evolve Albert is, with the Leod is 9 damage. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. We drew the Dual Blade Fury, which is the same thing. Nice.